The Ahsoka show created a major problem in the history of the Mandalorians, and it makes the original Star Wars trilogy make no sense. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching for more details. Sabine Wren's Mandalorian history was explored in Ahsoka, which shed light on the Purge of Mandalore and Night of 1,000 Tears in a way that secretly broke the Mandalorian timeline. The Purge of Mandalore and Night of 1,000 Tears were created to explain why the Mandalorians were absent in the original trilogy, filling in the gap and providing a backstory for the Mandalorian people. Ahsoka reveals that the Purge of Mandalore took place at the end of the Galactic Civil War, potentially being a part of Operation Cinder, causing a plot hole as it raises questions on why the Mandalorians didn't aid the Rebel Alliance during key battles. Ahsoka quietly broke Star Wars' Mandalorian timeline with a single retcon. At the core of the Ahsoka series is the master and apprentice relationship between Ahsoka Tano and Sabine Wren, the latter of whom has now become a Mandalorian Jedi. Sabine's Mandalorian history has been a core part of her character ever since her debut in the animated Star Wars Rebels series. And given the time gap between the ending of that show and the start of this one, Ahsoka Season 1 had quite a bit to fill viewers in on. Ahsoka revealed more about the Purge of Mandalore and Night of 1,000 Tears. This is unsurprising given how important it was to Sabine's character. Sabine's entire Mandalorian family died during the Purge of Mandalore, making it a pivotal moment for her. The Purge was part of the reason Ahsoka stopped training Sabine. She feared it could cause Sabine to turn to the dark side of the Force. As such, it was bound to be mentioned at some point during the show. However, one detail given about the Purge accidentally created an issue in the Mandalorian people's timeline. The writers of The Mandalorian came up with the idea for the Purge of Mandalore to explain why the Mandalorians weren't in the original trilogy. After all, given that they are warriors who generally do not like the Empire, it was strange that they were nowhere to be found in the originals. In the extras for The Mandalorian Season 1, Jon Favreau provided such reasoning for creating these tragic Mandalorian events. Ahsoka, however, reveals that the Purge of Mandalore happened at the end of the Galactic Civil War. This likely made it part of Operation Cinder, Emperor Palpatine's contingency plan to destroy the Empire in the event of his death. Operation Cinder saw the Empire's most loyal officers and warriors destroy Imperial planets via orbital bombardment as punishment for allowing Palpatine to die, just like what happened to Mandalore during the Purge. This causes a huge plot hole in the original trilogy. If the Mandalorians had the help of Sabine's rebel cell in liberating their planet from the Empire and were united against the Imperials for the mistreatment of their people, then they should have been helping the Rebel Alliance, or at least helping the fight against the Empire in some way. Even if they were rogues and didn't officially join the Rebel Alliance, surely they would still have helped in some of the key battles. There is no easy explanation for the Mandalorians' absence during the Star Wars original trilogy era. However, one possibility is that they were simply fighting the Imperial presence on different planets. While it still seems odd that they would miss the most important battles, such as the Battle of Yavin, the Battle of Endor, and the Battle of Jakku, the Empire was truly galactic in scale. They may have been otherwise engaged.